Hello, Faith family. I'm Kim Markshausen, and I've been working with Jen Sutton and Vicar Dan and Bryce Wendland on the Small Group Ministry Committee. And it's our goal for you to see the benefits of being part of a smaller family within the larger family of our church. So today I'm talking with good friends Holly Camprith and Sue Brockhoff. And we're going to talk about the small groups that they're in and have been in, because some of us are old enough, we've been in a couple different ones, haven't we? So how did you come to join a small group?
Someone invited me.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me that story.
My husband and I have been members at Faith for over 30 years. We had a little boy who was 2 at the time. Small group was like an extra thing, right? What do you do with a 2-year-old when you go to small group? He liked Legos. So Diana and Stu Holman and were actually the people who originally invited us. And they had it at their house, and Diana baked really good pie. So of course David said, "Okay, we'll go."
There's the incentive for small group right there.
It was, and they said Ben can just play with his Legos in the living room. So it was easy, and we were welcomed, and we didn't have to try to be something we weren't. And if somebody had to go to bed early, it was fine. We just didn't go that week. But what was nice was that she and her husband and Paul and Linda Evans and Jim and Linda Gosey were a little older than my husband and me, and so when we would have something from our personal lives going on, nobody was judgmental or anything. We were just accepted in this small community, and so we stayed. For years and years we stayed.
Long time.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah. And what about you, Sue?
And for me, it's been a recent thing over the last few months. I've had some medical issues, and on the screen at the front of the church was a book called Anxious About Nothing. And a friend, Kathy Niemeyer, has talked to me several times, and she goes, "What about joining this group?" And I went, "I don't know." And I'm so glad that I did. Like I said, people are not judgmental if I don't participate that much, but I have received so much out of it. And basically I've had to, like I said, do this book, turn it over to God with my medical issues and cancer. And and like I said, the ladies are just bring so much joy into my life, and through blessings and encouragement.
It feels like a second family,
Yes,
doesn't it?
yes.
Yeah. The group that you're talking about is the group that I work with, and it's the Faith Women's Book Club, in case you're interested. And the reason why it started is I was meeting with a friend, and we had a discussion about a completely different topic, and then we were talking about how there's 2 men's-only groups and no women's group. So
Step it up.
Step it up. So she told me, "You're going to start one," and I said, "Okay." And that's the way we did it. But I look forward to it on Sunday evenings, because it is that second family. And I know that I can be vulnerable, I can share things that I'm worried about, and it's not going to leave that space.
It really doesn't leave that space.
Yeah.
And through years and years and years, that's always been our experience. And I've probably been a part of 4 or 5 different, small groups, and that's always my experience. But then I take it seriously to where if people in confidence, share something that's going on, I just take it to prayer and maybe just, I don't know, confirm or give somebody a wink or a handshake or something like at church to just say hi, like, "I know what's going on with you, I care about it."
Yeah.
Exactly. The one time I was coming back from communion, and one of the ladies in our group, she gave me the most beautiful smile, and that just, it was so warming to me.
Yes,
That I,
yes.
that I can go to somebody in this group, and well, I know I just received so much more back.
You know they're praying for you.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And especially you, Kim, you've sent me messages and through this, and you don't know how much that means to me.
Well, I like that Holly mentioned that she's been in several groups, because I have too, but those friendships from those groups still continue on. And I know the first group that I was in, we were all young moms and dads. But your first group, there was a mixed.
Yeah, it was
in there.
very intergenerational, which was a nice way for us to make connections with people outside of like just who our kids went to school with, you know, or
Yeah.
something like that. And they were kind of exemplary for us, and we appreciated that. So, yeah.
Yeah, they were the people that could say, you're going to get through this.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause we
Oh,
need-
that happened to me too. Or,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's,
yeah. Your son is not the only one.
no.
Those are just joyous words for a parent to hear.
You're not alone.
I know one of the surprises for me in being involved in small group ministry is that, you know, I'll do it so that we can have that time in the Word. But it's the other things that happen that really make an impact. So it's like God's using His Word to do other things in your life. What are some surprises you've had?
Well, just the blessings that I've received, like I said, through prayer, encouragement, making new friends. It's, you know, I married into the church, as we say, you know. So
Good
like I said,
call.
Yeah.
So just the blessings I've received from everybody being so friendly and accepting, you know, from
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. For me, I've been in a variety of different kinds of Bible studies. Some are more biblically study, more background, dig deeper, and some are a little more life application. So I really like having a variety too. And for me personally, the life application part seems to be where I draw a lot of comfort and support from people. So I don't know, variety's good, I think.
It is. It's, you know, it's nice to find in the group people that understand your situation, and it's nice to get a different perspective on
Yeah.
something, which is what we hear often in our group too. And we'll all go, oh, I never thought of that before, and then
Yeah.
we're glad that nobody else is watching us because we have that strange
Yeah.
look on our face.
Well, and the other thing, like you said, you kind of married into the church. I was born in the church. I mean, parochial, family, educators all the time. But even that anxious for nothing, it helped me think about things in a new way. Like different times of your life, you just draw other things, you know, at different times. So, yeah, I really liked that one.
It was
Yeah.
it was a very good book
It really was.
for me exactly at the time I needed it.
Yeah. The other surprise that I found in the group is how easy it is to bring in non-members. Because I've had someone contact me on Facebook before about that group, not a member of our church, and we have
Yeah.
someone else and they're not a member. Such an easy way to bring someone in.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, just because I worked, you know, you weren't able to join other groups that worked, or, you know, had their meetings during the day.
Right.
And so that was,
Right.
this was a good time for me to be able to do that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to come to church and see people at church and recognize them and feel more like big picture, but it's a whole nother level of connecting with people when you're in a small group or connected on a whole nother level. So, and if you're busy, it doesn't matter your work schedule or your life schedule. If you can't make it, you can't make it. No one judges you because you can't be there no one's taking attendance. So to me
Right.
that, you know,
Correct, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. And so if the group meets every week and you come once a month, it's
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah.
That's something.
if
something
you have your
new.
homework done or don't have your homework done, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of our hopes as a small group ministry committee is that you will find a group that works for you. A time of the week or the month, a reason for gathering, whether it's Bible study or service occupations or just to have someone to talk to. We're going to have a whole variety on Small Group Ministry Sunday for you to think about and to pray about. Thank you, Holly and Sue, for visiting with us and sharing your story.